Gravy, baby.
Welcome. I just blew the mic out. Everyone's speakers popped. Welcome to Gravy, baby. Hello, my little gravy babies. My little gravy biscuit.
Biscuit bitches.
Bump, bump.
Biscuit
bump,
bitches.
Bump.
Biscuit bitches.
DJ needs to make us a Biscuit Bitches song.
I know, right? Come on, DJ.
What are you doing instead with your life? Fucking build another poo pyramid? Fuck that.
What is that? Sorry, I was talking to my good friend Schlob about China, and he just sent me a text, and right when y'all were talking, so I was reading about how Xi was a plant from a Bush era,
Yeah,
So,
you guys are figuring China out on your phone made by Samsung.
Yeah, we got it.
Well, at least the government knows you know. I love that.
I love it
too. Hi, boys. How are you?
So what are we talking about? Oh, sorry.
We were
just saying
telling
hi.
you to make us a song about our Biscuit Bitches. Carmen already dropped the hook. It was a fine hook. And I said, you got nothing better to do. And then I think you proved me right.
Accidentally. I had something that I wanted you to talk about immediately, if you didn't mind, and it was because it was leaked. Speaking of our Biscuit Bitches, it was leaked by one of our Biscuit Bitches that you had a heckler situation at your show in Bristol, and I definitely would love to hear about it if it's story worthy. Because sometimes people are like, "It happened, something happened," and then it's like, "Oh, okay," but he shut her down immediately or whatever. But
no, it's story worthy.
Okay, good. Then I'd definitely love to hear it.
But it lasted 8 minutes, Carmen.
Ooh, that's too long.
Sean got me the first, but I told him, I was like, I need the end too. And then he hasn't gotten back to me, which he's busy and he's got a kid and he's trying to run a club. I might be able to put something out, but obviously not 8 minutes. So, all right.
Yeah, but you could clip 8 minutes into 45 seconds of you looking like a fucking genius.
I mean, I could, but part of the story is that I was off my game. I am genuinely very good with hecklers because of my lawyer training. I just stop. I ask them some questions. Eventually, they give me an in, and everyone thinks I'm the smartest person alive when all I was really doing was buying time while I thought of something clever and making them look like an idiot. That is not what happened this time, buddy. I mean, I got mad, and I couldn't figure out why, and I figured out why during it, but I'm digressing.
DJ, are you okay? Are you still in China? Come back to us just for a minute to hear the story.
DJ doesn't want to be here.
No, that's fine.
He also knows the story.
What was I doing that was wrong? What was I doing?
No, it wasn't wrong. You were just looking off in the distance. It looked like you were pondering something.
Story.
Oh, gotcha.
He's totally fine to black out on that.
Okay. Sorry, I don't know the story, DJ. I haven't gotten it.
Okay.
All right. So let me tell. All right. So Friday I had a show in Bristol. I had shows Friday and Saturday. Friday.
Thank you to everybody that came out, by the way. We love you and appreciate you.
So on that note, we had about 60 there Friday. I would say 40 knew me, or knew of me, or had an idea of what was about to happen.
Nice.
And the other 20 were just people from Bristol. So among those 20 were Republicans, and and that's fine. A lot of them had a good time. This is the joke. And this was, okay, first let me say this. I clocked this guy minute 5. I saw him talking to everybody at his table. I saw him being drunk. I saw him being miserable. And I legitimately thought that gay dude was brought by his liberal friends because they thought he'd enjoy this, and he's bored out of his goddamn mind. This dude had like perfect silver fox wavy hair, a cardigan with one of those like floppy collars.
Oh, yeah.
So I was like, damn, I'm not here for this gay dude. Fuck. 25 minutes later, maybe 30, I could go look on the tape in a minute. This is the joke. This is what's so infuriating. He just wasn't I say something about the week we're having, it's a rough week, weird week, whatever. A lot of my friends, they're like, how do we get beat by the worst candidate of all time? How did we get beat by such the worst candidate of all time? And I know that sucks. I'm going to tell you guys what my dad told me in Little League. This stuck with me my whole life. We got beat by the worst team in the league. And I said, Dad, this is awful. We got beat by the worst team in the league. And he said, no, you didn't. That means you are the worst team in the league. That's the joke. That's the whole joke. Shout out Tyler Moody, who I was hanging out at a bar with, who told me that his dad used to say that. And I was like, he's not a comic. I was like, I'm using that.
Mm-hmm.
This dude, I mean, I did say worst candidate ever. I'll give him that. But that's not where he interrupted. I got to the punchline. I started getting hissed at by the Democrats. And this dude goes, I love Trump. I was like, what? I didn't hear it. I wanted to make sure I heard it. All that, He goes, I love Trump. I was like, all right.
And
he's like, you brought it up. He goes, you brought it up. I go, no, I didn't. I didn't say his name. And he's like, we were talking about it. And I go, yeah, man, that's why we're all here. It's for me to talk. I've got a microphone and I'm pissed. I'm furious.
Immediately.
And I still haven't clocked why. And a part of me is like, am I mad that this guy's a Trump supporter? But that's weird because like I live beside my neighbors are Trump supporters. My family's Trump supporters.
But an unsuspecting one is always weird. If you thought he was gay, gay Trump supporter is pretty upsetting.
It was because he was rich.
Gotcha.
He wasn't gay. As soon as he started yelling, I knew he wasn't gay. It's because he was like dressed what an idiot thinks rich people are supposed to dress
Gotcha.
like. He starts talking about his Jaguar, like the car.
Oh, Jesus. It'd be
and then he just starts going repeatedly. Fuck you, I love Trump. Fuck you, I love Trump.
Mm-hmm.
I go like 4 times. Sean goes over there, and he realizes he's about to get kicked out. And he goes, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. And I go, what? Of all the things we could go back and forth about, you definitely meant to interrupt. That's a crazy thing to say.
You sound as crazy as the person you voted for.
And then I think he was trying to say you're a fucking moron.
Mm-hmm.
He definitely, and I listened back on my recording on my phone, which is not video. He definitely audibly said, you fuck morons. And I said, neither my wife nor yours are stupid, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Don't say that.
Mm-hmm.
Crowd gave me nothing. I think at this point, everyone's so freaked out, right?
Yeah.
Then he starts saying, fuck you, I love Trump. And I was like, well, I wasn't shitting on Trump. I was shitting on the people he beat. You're retarded. Crowd did not like that.
Of course.
Was heated.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to apologize to everyone there who was retarded, which was him. They started to get him out of there. And then this is where I kind of started to get him back. I was like, dude, you love Trump. That probably means you don't like gay people, but like he was getting emotional. I was like, you're getting emotional over a man who isn't here. That's gay. You're fucking gay. And my takeaway was he was so awful and the times are so weird that liberals will let you call somebody a gay retard and you can get away with it. I paid his tab. Sean was like trying to get his. I was like, just get him the fuck out of here and I'll pay his tab. And then it was genuinely like weird and hard to reset the room. I kind of had to do the thing where I would tell a joke and be like, man, I think you would have liked that one. You know what I mean? Like I tell a joke and they'd be like, I miss that guy. I wonder what he's doing right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then I figured out on stage, I said to them on stage, I go, I just figured out what bothered me so bad. It was how he was dressed, his stupid fucking sweater.
Mm-hmm.
I can't have a rich guy do that to me. Yeah, some part of me got woken up. I couldn't handle it. And then that's when someone from the back goes, yeah, he drove a Jaguar or whatever. And I was like, how do you know that? And he's like, he told us.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got one good joke off where I was like, I got to say, at the beginning of the night, if you'd have said this is going to happen, who does it? And I pointed at a guy with like a goatee
Mm-hmm.
and then his Oakleys on his hat. And I was like, would have voted you, sir. Guy in the hat with the Oakleys definitely would have thought that's the guy who yells Trump at me. Maybe I am the asshole. Maybe I am just as prejudiced as anyone else. And then I just kind of said, anyway, fuck you guys. I love Trump. And that was the end of the show. I just walked off the stage after something. It was strange. It was strange because he was so angry and he won.
Mm-hmm. Somebody said his wife got involved too. No?
Started flipping me off.
Oh,
Now,
Jesus.
See, that was fair because to be fair, I had just said I fucked her.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
But what was so funny about the wife that you probably heard about was she just did this for like a weird amount of time.
Yeah.
Like 45, 55 seconds of this.
For those
Didn't
just
talk.
listening, the double middle finger dance.
Double middle finger, didn't talk, didn't yell, which, husband's a Trump supporter. She's not supposed to talk. So, but like, this double fisting me. But it was like strange how angry he was. I had 2 or 3 Trump supporters. Like I said, it was kind of a purple room. Come up to me after the show and be like, "Man, sorry about that. I thought you were awesome."
Mm-hmm.
So,
do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I hope he's dead. But other than that,
What was your takeaway about it, DJ?
I think he's right. I mean, I've experienced it a couple of times, like the sore winner thing about it.
Mm-hmm.
I knew you meant me, but it sounded like you meant him. Yeah, that's so funny.
I
dude.
know, that's what made me laugh so hard.
Fucking Drew was getting a little long-winded up there. It's like, give me a punchline, dummy.
Sometimes you just love Trump so much. You see Drew and it comes out of you. No, I think Drew is right. I think Drew's right. I think there's a lot of real sore winners out there, and they can't believe that we were talking about this earlier. Like a lot of people, it's a revolution. It's a revolution, and like I kind of agree with that in the sense of like, yeah, like January 6th was an insurrection, but it was really dumb. And like over, you know what I'm saying? It was like, so it's like, yeah, I guess it's like a red. So I think a lot of people are just taking their win very personally, and anyone who's not like, just because I've had people come at me. I made a post on Facebook about goddamn, it was aiming towards fucking all these people that are like, you need to call ICE on your neighbor because, you know what I'm saying? I was basically saying like,
oh my God, dude. Let's call Hitler on these Jews that voted.
Truly.
Yeah, dude, that's fucked up as hell. Like seeing all these people, like all these like pundits, like blame Latinos and all this other shit. So I was just basically like, look, you know what I'm saying? Polling is there to fundraise, and basically, these pundits are there to like get you all geared up and ready. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you can't handle your loss, you know what I'm saying? You don't need to take it out on anybody. And definitely, like, goddamn, don't be calling out people. But because, like, if these mass deportations go, and I don't think that they will, I don't think that they'll go. I think it's going to be extremely. You think so?
Because of where he put Miller.
Yeah. I mean,
I think the amount of power Miller has, I think a lot of powerful businessmen will try and stop it because they want that cheap fucking labor. So it'll be a real battle.
That's kind of where I thought it was, is like Monsanto wouldn't be Monsanto if they weren't busing illegals in here to work the farms for them. Like, so it's like, there's so many of these things that don't make sense logistically.
They'll destroy themselves. There will be no cohesion to this version of fascism, but that still isn't like a fun time.
Yeah, no, it's not foolproof, and it's not a way to stop it from happening. Sorry, DJ, sorry.
No, that's all right. I was just gonna say what scares me is like, Obama was known as the deporter in chief amongst many things. His deportation, he fucking went after it, and the guy that fucking Trump appointed was Obama's head of ICE. And that's not a good, huh?
Oh, you're talking about the immigration czar. I forgot that guy's name.
Yeah, the border czar. Yeah. So
I'm saying I'm worried about Stephen Miller, who is, I think, his chief of staff, who was his head of immigration last time, and that dude's nuts.
Well, he's the deputy, so not the chief of staff. He's the deputy.
The two together mixed with Peter Thiel's AI and fucking smart capabilities is it's very frightening. It's very frightening. Now, someone said they're not going to be able to do these mass deportations. I saw this online because who's going to work the farms, like you said, Carmen? Someone else goes, us. They're going to arrest us for insurrection or some shit. Yeah, we're going to be out there. I was like, oh, fuck. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I mean, they're not going to be building these homeless concentration camps, which is another bipartisan thing. That's the thing that's so crazy is like all this terrible shit has been built. This car that's about to be driven off the road. It's fucking been built with bipartisan, like since, George W. Bush and Clinton.
It's that Johnny Cash song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That fucking Cadillac with one fin.
Yeah.
That fin was the Clinton administration.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely, man. And then fucking, Obama fucking, as far as immigration goes. So, and the drone program too, it's all bad. So it's like, I forgot what I was saying. Oh, yeah. So what I was saying at the beginning of this is like, people yelling at you and being like, oh, fucking, he didn't do any of that the last time or whatever. And it's like, well, I don't know if you've been keeping up, buddy, but, they're pretty excited about fucking, goddamn deporting people. Plus, like, this doesn't even have anything to do with you. This has to do something to do with, like, I'm talking to liberals right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, why are you in my messages? This is about the sore winter thing.
Yeah.
Why are you in my messages here, like yelling at me about how great Trump is going to be? When like this has to do with liberals yelling at each other, telling each other that Latinos you need to call ICE on somebody's grand.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing, and I haven't seen many people discussing this. If you go to a Trump fan, if you find one on the internet, they all think the same thing, which is that he thinks what I think. So there's all these people who's like, he loves small businesses, he's pro small business. It's like, all right, but the deportation thing, that doesn't really line up.
Not only that, but then the tariffs too. That's actually going to price. It's going to be difficult for small.
Well, that's the America First people. The America First people are like, the tariffs are going to suck for a minute, but eventually we'll get through that, and that's going to bring jobs back. And then the racists are like, he fucking hates the Jews, dude. And the Jews are like, nah, he really hates the Palestinians. And my point is, the upshot, the positive thing, if you're looking for a bright side here, is he can't pull all this off. The Christians,
dude, everybody's just projecting onto him.
Excited, they're not gonna get along with Peter Thiel, who is a fucking like super gay, super hedonistic atheist, as best I could tell. Like, there's not a lot of cohesion inside that world.
Yeah.
But the flip side of that, of course, is that Trump will just do whatever the last powerful person who sucked up to him the right way or paid him to do. So I think Thiel wins that one. And I don't think we're going to get a federal abortion ban unless Congress does it and Trump just doesn't say no. I don't think we're going to get a repeal of gay marriage. I think we're going to get the AI shit DJ was talking about.
Yeah.
And deportation.
Mass surveillance, we're getting mass surveillance. We're getting goddamn biometrics. We're getting fucking, eventually after they tank the goddamn, they get rid of Bretton Woods and they'll install some sort of like payless cash system where they can, sort of like what they, the fucking, the ID, the digital ID, where they can keep up with you, and when you get drafted, they can just shut off your funds like they have in Ukraine. That's a BlackRock thing.
That's also a Black Mirror thing. Oh, cool.
Yeah, they soft launched it in Ukraine. So when you see them like going and finding people and like abducting them off the street to go to the front line in back mood, yeah, that's
the other positive thing is the last time he was in office, he almost defunded the IRS. So if anybody's behind on their taxes, don't fucking worry about it for the next 4 years.
The only problem with that is the IRS keeps going after small people, and every time they get rolled back money-wise, they're like, well, I guess we can't do the next Enron. We'll just keep fucking Drew over, though. He didn't report those T-shirt sales.
Man, they love talking to comedians about their goddamn T-shirt sales. I can't tell you how many comedians and I know they've been audited. They make like fucking 30 grand a year, and they're like, but what about your T-shirt money?
Do you know why?
Why?
Everyone thinks it's because like we were not reporting this cash we're making and they want taxes on that 10 grand. I don't think that's it at all. I've thought about this for a while. I think I've even teased it on here. If anyone out there needs someone to launder money for them, it would be the easiest thing in the fucking world. You buy a fuck ton of the cheapest t-shirts you can. You claim that you have your own printer
Mm-hmm.
and you make your own t-shirts. You don't do it. You burn those fucking t-shirts. And then every show I have, hey, I made $4,000 in cash off this t-shirt. No, I didn't. I've been selling fucking drugs for a month, but I just told the government that I did it with t-shirts. Now I just laundered your money. You get a big enough name. I'm telling you, I couldn't do the whole cartel. I could do one region of the United States drug money. You tell me Fluffy couldn't do one region of the United States drug money?
Yes.
How much do they make? $250 million a year? Buddy, that's a fucking peanut to that guy. Matter of fact, peanuts, that's great. We're selling Fluffy peanuts. We never sell them. We just claim we have. We made $250 million on Fluffy peanuts last year. Prove we didn't.
You spend enough like $500 to get a prototype, so there's a proof that it exists, and then everything else is a balance sheet. Yeah, I love it.
And you take them with you in case the IRS shows up at your concert.
Sure.
Yeah, there's a girl there selling peanuts.
Yeah, but we'll be sold out.
How much money did you do tonight?
Beginning of the
2
show.
million?
Sorry, we sold out though. We're already sold out. We sold out before the show even started. Sorry.
You got to get here early. We do pre-sales. We do a meet and greet before the show. It's crazy. I'm so good at white collar crime.
maybe
Lots of ideas.
maybe that's like a side job you could do.
Yeah, I could teach people. I could do like a course.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Patreon.com/gravybabypod. Make sure you guys sign up.
Oh, I wanted to say this. One thing I am looking forward to, and it's not gonna, on a personal level, on a petty level, this is not going to lead to any good in the nation. I won't say that RFK or whatever the fuck his name, whatever Kennedy he is, I won't say he's got a backbone, but he's got an ego.
Oh yeah, he's got the Kennedy ego. Come on, that shit's real.
He's going to leave this post, and when he does, he's not going to do it quietly. They are too similar of a people, and the difference is he's old American money institution royalty, and Trump is new. And there's nothing in the world more palpable than the hatred between old money and new money. Mm-hmm. RFK and Trump will not. RFK hates him. There's no way he does not hate him. And I know Trump hates RFK because he always wanted to be a Kennedy. That's what he's going for. And he's fucking accomplished it. Anyway, I can't wait for those fireworks.
Oh, dude. The whole thing is fantastic. I mean, like, if you could take the horror out of it, if you could take the sheer...
We're doing a reality show. Me and Mark were talking about before y'all got on here, dude. That's when you come on here, DJ, we was talking about that guy who wrote Veep. Trump is the perfect Veep. Matt Gaetz is the funniest pick in the world if you don't live in America or don't care about America. That's so funny.
To give you some perspective, I was playing video games the other day, and my buddy who lives in the Ukraine got on and was like, "Hey, are you guys okay?" Then he's like, "I'm sorry, I seem tired. We've had drone strikes all night, so I can't fucking sleep anymore." It's like, "But I'm fucking worried about you guys. I'm really worried about you guys." And I was like, "Shut the fuck up."
That's hilarious. Here's another one in that vein. I'm tired of people asking me if I'm worried because I have a kid. I'm worried about y'all, no offense, who don't have kids. But if I didn't have a kid to worry about right now, buddy, oh my God, I would either blow my fucking brains out or death by cop, suicide by cop, just doing something wild.
Or you can leave the country. Yeah.
The longest bender.
Yeah.
I would be I would go full Hunter Biden and then I'd kill Hunter Biden. What's keeping y'all? I don't know. Anything.
What's keeping y'all? How are you guys keeping it together? It's incredulous, is what it is.
Yeah, dude.
It's absurdist. You guys are friends. We're so close because you guys are absurdists in your hearts. You still find this funny.
No, I mean, come on. My autonomy, everything's being taken away from me. Somebody was like,
already happened. Yeah, during Biden.
that was 2021. We should have burnt this motherfucker down.
No, I know, but I mean, it's also it was women's fault at the end of the day. That it stays shitty. So Also that. So it's hard to stay a feminist in a moment like this. I will say that. Once the data comes out, it's hard to stay a feminist when it's like, I don't believe all women.
That's funny on like 7 levels.
I don't believe all women.
Dude, that's hilarious.
Truly.
It's funny on the level of like, I don't believe all women. It's also funny that a part of you, it kind of sounds like you're going, yeah, so then I saw who was in charge, and I was like, actually, I'll get in the kitchen. Please just don't send me to the gulag.
What do I need to make a pie to not go to war? Someone has. I'll make the fucking pie, dude. I'll make the pie.
Crazy guy that's in charge now of the Department of Defense, who's like got a Crusades tattoo.
You talking about the fucking Fox News guy? Doesn't he have like a Fox? Yeah. What the fuck, dude?
That guy's on the record of like women shouldn't be in combat. That's a funny version.
That's what's so funny.
People are like, you know what? Let's sit like women getting together, being like, all right, let's hear him out on a few of his ideas.
Listen, I'll learn how to make a quiche.
We wanted the right to go to war in 2008. We don't want to go to war in 2025, please.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm currently growing green onions in my fridge. I just can't. I'm swamped right now. I can't go to war.
You want to be invited to the party, but you don't want to go. It's
exactly. I just want the invite. Yeah. Just give a bitch the option, you know?
Women are strong enough for war, but it's unnecessary to us because we're superior beings.
That's great.
Yep. Who's going to do all the war effort shit like we did in World War II if we're there too? Come on now.
Me. That's what I'm signing up for. I'll suck the salt shit.
You'll collect the pantyhose or whatever the fuck they needed. That was like one of the things.
Yeah, dude. I'll tell jokes. I'll have them eaten out of my hand. All the old boy Trump supporters loved me in Bristol. They were like, buddy, that was unfucking believable. But that fucking rich prick.
Yeah,
true. True. That's so funny. Yeah, you know what? That's so funny about talking about drafting and stuff. Like everybody went old Bone Spurs, making fun of Trump. Man, when that draft come back, y'all, hell yeah, you better believe I'm gonna have a goddamn Bone Spurs and my goddamn my elbows, my fucking pelvis is gonna be hurting. I got scoliosis. One of my eyes gotta see. What are you talking about? How do I get out of this?
I think we're all too old though, right? Aren't we all too old?
No.
Don't they want the babies? I also, thinking about us at war and thinking
gay.
about
Is that still a thing?
Yeah, I'm telling. Don't ask, cause I'm telling.
Yeah. What if telling's my key?
Well, that's the whole thing with old Crusader Buddy is that he's supposed to de-wokeify the military, which seems like a great idea right now. So just go ahead and fracture that. Go ahead and tear that apart. Yeah. So yeah,
that's such a funny concept. You guys know how the military's woke, right?
Yeah.
It's like we keep dropping those gay bombs on those babies. That actually makes me think of something that keeps coming up, and I think people are trying to say the right thing, but it's one of those where it requires a lot of nuance. Like you see these pundits being like, and we've got to stop pandering to the far left. And people on the far left are going, what the fuck are you talking about? You just ran the most centrist campaign. You had a
truly get the fuck out of here.
Then somebody on the right goes, what we mean is always talking about trans shit. And then trans people go, they ain't been talking about that either. There's this weird thing and that guy trying to de-wokeify the military where people on the right believe that being a Democrat is just giving a fuck about trans people. And that freaks them the fuck out. Or being a leftist is just caring about trans people and that freaks them the fuck out. But then on the left, or on the pundit side, I guess I should say, in our attempt to explain that's not happening, we all, I think, kind of sound like we're saying, well, we don't want to do that at all. Which is not what we're trying to say. It's like, no. Fuck trans people. It's like, no, that's not what we're trying to say either. It's just very weird. And I'm sure trans people are over it. But because they're the point of fucking discussion. All it is projection, dude. It's the same thing that like whenever Trump says something, everybody goes, well, what he means is everybody's that's why he's their guy is because they're just projecting whatever they want onto him, not fucking listening to him. And that was their whole fucking ad campaign. We talked about that. It was Kamala's is not for you. She's for they, them. That was all their talking points. That's all they wanted to fucking talk about, dude.
dude. And it's like, if you keep bringing up your dead mom at dinner, I guess we'll talk about it. And then you're going to get upset. And then you're going to say, why'd you have to bring up my dead mom? Well, you fucking brought it up. I was going to not talk about it. If anything, I imagine they're tired of being discussed and villainized.
Plus, when she was alive, she was your alive dad, and I wanted to fuck him. That's why I keep bringing it up.
Yeah. But that's also the thing is, like, the pundits, and especially and the whole Kamala campaign, they base their whole campaign and all of their talking points upon what the other side is doing.
Yes.
And what the other side believes.
It was almost like a reactionary campaign, as opposed to like talking about what the fuck you're about.
Liberalism is.
Yes, it's what liberalism is.
Culturally. All right, but we did this to a certain extent last week.
Let's move on.
I got this for you guys. I thought this might be fun.
What?
This is related to that. How do we fix it going forward? Well, the big idea on the internet, the big brain, smooth brain idea is that we need a Rogan of the left.
Oh, that's what it is.
Why not us? Let's be the Rogan of the left.
No.
No.
All right, don't cut it off at the feet, DJ. You know my ideas. Okay. Right off the bat, believe all women because they're too stupid to lie. There's one. Women are too dumb to trick me. So that's why I believe all women. There's a good one for Rogan of the left.
That's great. That's great.
I hate the gays.
I take every vaccine even if I don't have the thing, I take all the vaccines, every possible imaginable vaccine. I like all of them. Give me every needle you got.
There you go.
I'm sick as fuck.
Yeah.
Dude, we're crushing this. Here's one I got. I hate gay men. They make me so mad because they keep making my dick hard.
No, there you go. Yeah. I mean, that's a little on the nose. You want to be a little bit more subtle. I do want to be more subtle,
but I'm walking around with this fucking giant erection all the time.
That's
they
true.
Won't put their abs away.
That's
Carmen.
True.
It's not my fault I'm not subtle. It's all these queers.
Yeah, I'm with this.
You know what's wild but like in 2019, Joe Rogan was a liberal. Did you guys know that? Did you know that back in like 2019?
Yeah, he endorsed Bernie Sanders.
Yeah. It's so weird. It's so fucking strange.
There is a Bernie to fucking Trump pipeline that has everything to do with how they did Bernie, that there will never be any recovery.
I have no sympathy for that, though. Like a Bernie to fuck it pipeline, I get, but a Bernie to Nazi pipelines, dude. Stephen Miller, you just can't. I don't know.
I don't think it's even that deep. I don't think it's even that thought of. I don't think it's even that thoughtful. Because the thing is,
but it's still stupid. I mean, I feel that
yes.
way.
You were talking about smooth brained. Yes.
I feel that way on the flip side, though. I've seen somebody else make this point, and I gotta say I agree with it. And this is a tough pill for some people, and I get that. But like, when someone goes, I get that you like these two things Donald Trump said, but don't you care that he is, trying to set women back?
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, that's a fair thing to be angry about. But you voted for a Kamala. That genocide's still raging, bro. Like, the point being, you were able to look at a fault she had and say, but I like these other things and I need those other things in place.
Right.
Well, there's some Trump supporters who did that to you. It doesn't feel very good, does it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So what else would the Rogan of the left be like? Like what other things? You sell supplements?
Yeah, we would have to. What kind of woke supplements could we sell?
Crystals, maybe.
Okay.
That's kind of right-wingy these days.
Are crystals right-wing?
Oh, the crunchies have gone full throttle. Yeah.
Oh, no.
Andy is living.
Yeah.
I thought you were about to say Andy is a Trump supporter now.
No.
Maybe
the crystals.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think the crystals are poisoning them.
Dude, she can't even buy it off that guy anymore.
Producer Mark said essential oils. Yeah.
Bullshit.
Essential oils. Producer Mark blames the essential oils. Maybe they're poisoning them.
Well, the Republicans have always been on the side of big oil. We've always known that.
Mm-hmm. That's what it is.
We could sell supplements
Mhm.
as the Rogan of the left. All of our workouts, it's just like Pilates, I guess.
Yep.
Yeah. That's what I
Calisthenics.
It's just
Mhm.
one of those rubber band things.
Yes.
have
We
one
don't do
rubber
it's
band.
there's no strength training, it's all lean training. Everybody's gonna look like a swimmer. It's gonna be the opposite of an MMA fighter. They're just gonna be all lean muscle.
Everything's real good.
Instead of every episode you get stoned and say, who do you think would win in a fight, a gorilla or three bears? We just bump ketamine and talk about who would be the top between like David Bowie and that woman from Sweet Dreams Are Made Of. I've always wanted to
Annie
watch
Lennox.
Annie Lennox.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lenny.
Annie Lennox, yeah.
We're just bumping ketamine like, who'd wear the dick?
Or who you think the
Lennoxes
top
or one
was when
David
Mick
Bowie?
Jagger and David Bowie fucked around back in that
We
real
all know who
fun
the top was
loose.
David Bowie.
I don't know, man. It looks he's got a bit of a verse in him, I think.
Sure, but he knew what was up that day.
Yeah. I don't know.
David Bowie's only disappointed me one time, Carmen, and that wasn't it.
What was it? How did David Bowie disappoint you?
Oh no, you don't know.
What?
Oh, we'll talk about it another time.
Okay.
Carmen, what did every man from that era do?
What do you mean?
And how old was she? David
Oh.
Bowie fucked a 14-year-old.
Oh, I didn't know that. Bummer.
Dated her.
Dated her. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he was like 24, so it's still very weird, but, you know, don't put the 7-year-old David Bowie in your head.
Yeah,
Put the
yeah, yeah.
24-year-old.
I got you. I understand. Bummer. Yeah, that would disappoint me too. He can I quote him? He quoted him. Now that you told me that, I don't want to say the thing I just said.
Unless it's something like, if there's grass on the field, you can play ball. Yeah, go ahead and quote it.
No, but it was like somebody being critical. I wish I could remember the setup. He was saying somebody was being critical of an artist in some way, and they're like, why don't you fucking do this? Why don't you do that? And it was just like, so I could be like you? Like, I would never want to be like you. That's awful. And it was saying, they were saying, you know, criticizing them for not being either like-minded or not being like, you know, it was like very much that 70s cut your hair hippie kind of thing. And it was like, why? So I could look like a square, like you, look like a fucking moron. Anyways, it's not worth fucking a 14-year-old, but it definitely I didn't.
No, it doesn't really work there, does it? Oh, don't fuck this 14-year-old. Why? So I can be like you?
Yeah,
Some guy follows
fair
the
enough.
law?
Yeah, fair enough.
Some dude who's moral and doesn't want to ruin a young person's future? I think it was a different time argument works down to 16.
Yeah.
I think below that you're like, how old was she?
Yeah, well, dude, it's crazy. Have you ever watched any of those old videos of like you see Led Zeppelin or like the Stones or like or even the Beatles?
Yeah,
and,
Zeppelin. He dated a 14 or I don't know if it was 14. It might have been 16.
I'm about to really blow your mind. I'm pretty sure it was the same fucking person.
Really?
Am I wrong about that, DJ?
I don't know. I was just talking about watching like old videos of them where they would have, you know, you see the old documentaries of them. And I remember being young and watching them, but I watched one not too long ago and I was like, these are literally children. These are literally children hanging out with grown ass men and I don't like it.
Mhm.
Saying like it's bad.
There was like a lot. There was a lot of that in the 90s era too. All of those, and it's not this band, but it's bands like this. So I'm not trying to besmirch this band, but fucking Toads and the Wet Sprocket, that whole fucking era, that early 90s. You know what I'm talking about? A bunch of those lead singers all got caught up on charges for underage chicks.
No doubt.
No doubt. They were fucking underage girls.
Gwen Stefani was like, women can do it too.
This shit is bananas. That's why she had to spell it because her girlfriend couldn't. Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm trying to find this. I know that the person that Led Zeppelin dude was dating, quote unquote,
Yeah.
ended up with someone else and also dated someone else.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm trying to find if it's the same, but I can't.
Wasn't that a thing though in like Eric Clapton and Paul McCartney were both in love with the same, like the Layla or whatever.
That was the big
This is
groupie era.
Lori Maddox, because that's who it is.
I don't know.
David Bowie supposedly fucked Lori Maddox. Lori Maddox is who was with Jimmy Page, and then also ended up marrying. I lost it. I clicked the wrong button. But she was a baby groupie.
Well,
They put in a name for him, dude. That's not a retroactive term. They were like, the baby groupies are here. Fuck,
don't
dude.
like it. Don't like it.
Yeah.
I feel bad about it, and nothing about that makes me feel good.
Well, in Matt Gates' economy.
Well, dude, that's the whole crazy thing. It's like you listen to like songs in the 50s, and they're all like, "Sweet little 16," and fucking
Yeah.
she was.
She's
like,
just 16 years old. Do you remember that one? Leave her
I don't.
alone.
But
They
I always told myself that the narrator was like 20, and that's still a little, but it's like just to like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and that people who enjoy the song remember that summer when they were 18, and so their friends were like, "Don't date her, she's a junior." Like, I try to tell myself, oh, it's nostalgia for a time period when you had a 17-year-old girlfriend. All right, here's a perfect example. This is completely legal, and there's nothing weird about it. Andy and I started dating in college. We started hooking up. She was a freshman. I was a senior.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, to my friends, not like, is this gross? But I was like, I don't know, man. Is it weird? Like that. I've always told myself that's what the song is about.
Mm-hmm.
Like that part of you that goes, I don't know. Is it okay that I'm banging a freshman? And then like that little gross voice goes, hell yeah, this dude rules. Look how hot she is. That's what the song is about, not about being a fucking pedophile.
Well, that's what I thought when I was a kid listening to that song. But in hindsight, where it was like, man, why is this 40-year-old man? I mean, it was the same thing. Like all that pop punk stuff. I was like, why are these 35, 40-year-old dudes singing about chicks in high school? Like, why?
Dude, the Beastie Boys.
She understands me in a way
Yeah.
no one does.
What's my age again? Is it legal now? Like,
Dude, the Beastie Boys, famously, the girlies I like are underage. It's like, oh my God, dude. Yeah.
yeah, it's not that long ago. So
That's all rules.
I
That's
say all
rules
that to
if you
say
do that
it
one
was
part.
a different time. It was a different time, and nobody seemed really concerned about it. Maybe it's because all the blow.
Yeah,
I always feel like
if
whenever
we
there's a
had
lot
pop
of
music during
cocaine.
slavery, we'd have some weird shit too that nobody was concerned about, but they should have been.
Yeah, fair enough.
Seems like one person would have said, like, maybe after high school or something. So, like, somebody would have said that.
Yeah.
Like, did people look different? Because, like, I look at you look at their kids. Anyway.
That's what I'm saying about I can allow the different time down to legally driving a car.
Yeah.
If it was the 60s and a 27-year-old fucked a 16-year-old, I can go, I guess it was a different time. But the 14 thing, I'm like,
Yeah. It's too close. It's too close to 12.
That made her look older.
It's
Maybe she had acne scars, so she looked like an old lady. She had smoker's voice.
She looked like an old lady. So that, really, you're just into old ladies.
Yeah, that's true. I'm just trying to think of something that makes
Your kink is Lady Benjamin Button. I want him old, but I want him to look young but be real
talk
old.
about the Wall Street Journal a lot. Brian, don't clip this.
He loves it. Him and I have argued about the age of consent quite often in our past. So,
well, then I won't say his last name because that's not something you want getting out. I want this to be on the record. I've never argued with anyone about the age of consent.
well, you guys, I didn't say if I was the one for or against it, but that's
one of my favorite Shane Gillis jokes where he's like, how'd they come up with it? Who was the first guy that woke up there at the Congress was like, the gentleman from Rhode Island, 12? What the fuck's up with you? I don't know. I didn't want to go first. You made me go first.
I want to do I know a lot of times it's difficult for us to find something that's gravy, and especially in a time like this. So I put the task to our listeners to tell us something that's positive happening in their lives, and I wanted to read a couple of them.
The gravy mama thing to do.
I know. My babies. They have to take care of my babies.
Wait, real fast. Let's discuss this.
Okay.
Dr. Pepper, man or a woman?
With all them flavors, that's a woman right there. All them flavors, that's definitely a woman.
I was just going to go era. I was just going to go from the period. I know that it was, I think, invented in like 1918. Does that sound right?
It was invented by a woman, but stolen by a man, without question.
Right. Dr. Pepper was a man who stole the recipe from Mrs. Pepper and then had her put into a mental institution when she got mad about it.
For hysteria. And then she got fucking masturbated by a doctor until she was dead. It was nice, actually. It didn't work out that bad for her.
And they put a probe in the middle of her fucking brain.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know about you, but if I'm getting fingered to death in a vegetative state, that sounds pretty fucking sick to me.
She was just screaming the secret recipe until she died. No one knew what she was talking about.
She just kept listing the 32 ingredients.
Yeah. Like, Mark, what the fuck is this lady talking about? She is nuts. Molasses.
Oh my God. Okay. Is that all? Do we have the answer? Producer Mark, who is the inventor of Dr. Pepper? It's probably a dude, but who's the inventor of Dr. Pepper?
Dr. Wow is definitely a dude. Dr. Thunder. Oh, fucking, that's a dude.
Charles what?
Dr. Pibb.
Charles Alderson is Dr. Pepper.
It's Mr. Pibb, and he's got a chip on his shoulder about it.
Hey,
that's right,
listen,
Mr. Pibb.
he doesn't come from a rich family. He didn't have daddy pay for him to get into fucking an Ivy League school. He had to go it.
Also, what people don't want you to know is that Dr. Pepper had a doctor in sociology. He's not even a real fucking doctor, dude.
What? Is that true?
He got his PhD talking about how fucking people with podcasts are dipshit.
I can't believe you took DJ for that ride. I can't believe you just did that to him.
Well, he just said his name. I thought maybe you were looking at it too.
Well, it turns out Dr. Pepper's not a person. So
no, but Charles, whatever his name is, but
Charles Alderman.
It was Charles Hitler. That was his nephew.
Charles Alderton. Excuse me, Charles Alderton.
He changed it. He moved here.
He was
40s.
a pharmacist.
What? He was a pharmacist.
A physician?
They're all pharmacists.
Yes, they are.
He was a physician and a pharmacist.
Sodas used to be medicine, dude. That's why they had cocaine in.
Well, that's why they had soda fountains at fucking pharmacies. It was originally called
RFK made him take it
Waco?
out of the pharmacies.
It was originally called Waco Cola.
Who, RFK? He's putting them back in. He said psychedelics.
He's bringing them back. My fault.
Yeah. He said psychedelics. We're eating psychedelics.
Ooh.
Hell yeah. Lead. I'm sure. That's lead. Yeah,
Bring back lead.
Bring back lead. If my daddy had paint chips, I want motherfucking paint chips.
Yeah, I don't know if he wants everything his dad got.
Okay.
All right, Carmen, let's do the gravy.
All right. The first one is from Like the Buffalo. By the way, if you wanted to participate in this, just join the Discord. If you don't know how to join, please message the Instagram and we'll do it. Or a lot of times it's posted in the description on the videos on YouTube is another way to get it.
Yeah, I'll do that for about 6 weeks in a row, and then I'll stop for about 12.
Yeah, so just go back. It's there. The link doesn't change. But from Like the Buffalo, it says, today on What's Gravy, yesterday was harvest day. The purpling you see here, now mind you, these are marijuana plants, not to bury the lead. The purpling you see here is atypical of the rest of the structure, and I'm guessing it is a result of being in the colder side of the plant. That side received a couple hours of morning sunlight, then was largely shaded for the rest of the day. As you can see, her root structure hungrily consumed all the available space in the 15-liter bucket, even wrapping around the golf ball-sized stones for drainage at the bottom. Her final height is 5 foot and 1 inch, and there was a little bit of bud rot on the couple places.
So she listens to Rogan.
I don't know if he does. He's calling his plants she, so I don't think so.
I'm sorry, I meant the plant that was 5'1".
She has another 2 to 3 weeks to go before she's ready for consumption, but overall, I'd say this marked a success in my first serious grow attempt. I'm not gonna lie, The plants look gorgeous.
That rules.
They look fucking beautiful.
And to be clear, I was saying the plant was listening to Rogan for being short. I would not besmirch one of our listeners. I'm sure plenty of our listeners listen to Rogan, but the ones who don't would be furious if I accused them of it.
Ben felt it was gravy that he actually got to see a comet, a real life comet happen, like a fucking shooting star, and he's got a picture of it as well. Damn, that looks sick. I'm sorry. It's just so pretty. I love that. I'm a big sucker for the stars and shit. Okay.
Dude, I saw a green shooting star at Halloween and I was alone. It was super cool.
Really?
It was super fast and bright. I mean, other people around me saw it, but I wasn't with my friends. I'd walked Andy back to the truck to go back to Roscoe, and I hadn't made it back to my people yet. So it was like a very
Did you make a wish on it for old time's sake?
Yeah.
Nice.
Dude, I was on the roll in the Matole, up on the Matole River, and I was and this is in Northern California. Well, it might be Oregon or somewhere in between there. Anyways, fucking dude, it was the first time I ever took sassafras, the drug.
Ooh.
And it had me slap up, and I laid down in the river, and I swear to God, dude, it was like shooting star. And I was like, there's no way I'm fucking seeing this. And then I look around and I see other people looking, but there was a minute where I was like, I am freaking the fuck out.
Dude, you got freaked me out too, because I was on sassafras that night. So I was like, oh no, I didn't see a shooting star at all. Dude.
No way, dude, were you? That's awesome. That's fucking awesome.
And by the way, worst come up in the history of drugs. I'll never do it again. I was a dick to Andy. I was such a dick to Andy that one of our friends called me out on it.
Damn.
Oh wow.
I was just hateful. I didn't do anything. I was like, just chill. Our friend goes, just chill. Shut the fuck up, Drew. And I was like, all right. Yeah.
Fair enough. How nice is it to have friends that are willing to do that?
Buddy, I'm telling you what.
Sometimes people are too passive.
I want you to help me write this joke about it.
Okay.
I've been hanging out with women, and it is just changing my life, which would be expected, but it's unbelievable how much better it is, dude.
In what way, Drew? What way have women enriched your life? Go ahead, tell me.
Well, that way right there. They'll call you out, and you'll feel shitty, and then they'll make you feel good right after it, and you'll improve, but without wanting to kill yourself. You know what I mean? And if they call you gay, it's a compliment.
Yeah, that's fair. LA Fields had a gravy weekend, wanted to tell us about it. Her cat's vet labs came back this week and with nothing of note, so she got a healthy kitty.
Nothing better than
that. She's reaching the 2/3 mark of her latest novel, and 10 weeks until her first draft is done. Or 10 more weeks and the draft should be done. And she's lost over 70 pounds over the last 2 years. And the ultimate goal was to lose 100. And it's steady progressing. But she needs a belt to hold up her pants now because they're too goddamn loose on her. So
LA Fields, rad author and rad person. LA, I'll buy you a belt.
Yeah.
Hit me up. I'll buy you a belt.
One of those Hot Topic ones. It was a seatbelt belt. Do you guys remember those? Those were so stupid.
Oh, yeah.
I loved it at the time, but they were so stupid.
And then it was in the tough guy and gal section, but it was like really glam.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there was like this weird goth went glam when we were in high school. Do you remember that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What's that group that does the Black Parade?
Oh, My Chemical Romance? That was like more. That was more
My
emo.
Chemical Romance had this thing where I think what happened was popular kids went goth. I'm not super sure, but it became where like the goth people were like, you know, they were mad because like the cooler kids were wearing like dark makeup and like black belts, but they had like glitter on them. I just enjoyed that.
Yeah. You like a little culture on culture crime? I like it. I appreciate it. We have Annie P. Oh man, this
Alaska
might be.
Annie P.
I don't. It might be.
I think it is.
Okay. It says, so I'm a year-round preschool teacher for the first half of the day and in the afternoons and evenings and some weekends. From early May to mid-October, I work on a farm. Plus, I teach yoga and dance class. Bitch, quit. I get it. You're an overachiever. Stop listing all the things that you do.
Super rad. Annie is super rad.
I know. Goddamn, dude. When do you sleep? Women are supposed to be sleeping 10 hours a day. She's stressing me out. You're stressing me out. All of which things I love and are super passionate about. I love that for you. I'm just busting your balls. And all of which don't pay shit. Winters are always stressful money-wise after farm seasons wrap up, and it's usually involves a patchwork of holiday art affairs. I paint and draw, dog sitting gigs, and picking up extra yoga classes to pay the bills. Well, today I started a new winter job taking care and training sled dog puppies. Oh my God. Oh my God. She's so excited. Just out here casually living my dream and feeling so grateful. The Iditarod is literally the only sporting event I pay attention to, and getting to be a tiny part of that world is so goddamn gravy for me. And then
so awesome.
Yeah, I know,
That
right?
is.
And then posted cute pictures of the puppies as she's training. Puppy dogs.
It'd be so funny if that wasn't Annie P from Alaska. If I was wrong. He's like, no, this is someone from Mongolia. That rules.
Hell yeah, Annie.
No,
that's
Dude,
fucking sick.
It's such a crazy thing.
Truly.
And I, you know what? I've always been on the fence about it.
Sure.
But like, knowing that like she's like down with it makes like it's crazy how like a person that you trust and who you know is like not gonna be involved in no like crazy shit. You know what I mean? I guess those dogs just fucking love it, dude. I mean, like I don't know. I'd be very interested in knowing how that goes down.
Theory. I don't know shit about it. Here's my theory. The inhumane thing that was done was breeding them dogs years ago to be this way.
Yeah.
But now that we've created them, I feel like they probably got to run, dog. I feel like that the only thing keeping any of them types of dogs sane is that they got to fucking work all damn day.
Yeah, they're like those marathon people where they're like they don't care that their nipples are getting rubbed off. They get some kind of rush out of it. But I think they're like working dogs. I mean, dude, do you remember that fucking movie? Do you remember that movie from like it was like 91 or something like that?
Where he ate the fruitcake?
Mm-hmm. Yep, where he ate the fruitcake. Yes. That's exactly what I'm fucking talking. I don't know the name of the movie, but I fucking remember what scene you're talking about.
Iron Will.
That's what it was. That's Iron Will.
Fucking Will.
Iron Will. That's what it was. And he's like sleeping with all the dogs in a pile, trying to keep everybody warm. And then there was the one dog that he was trying to like connect with, but the dog was like, you know, he was like, I don't fucking know you, dude. And it took him a while to like build that relationship because he had to lead the sled. Oh man, that's.
And then at the end, he fucked all the dogs.
Yeah, he fucked all of them. He put peanut butter on his ass. Yes, Drew. Yes, Drew. Way to ruin my beautiful movie, you fucking prick. I know. It doesn't help that fucking husky, the Noodle the husky is sitting right here next to me. He just looked at me like he did what now?
We actually hate him. He's a monster in our community. It's fucked up you brought him up.
He's like, he's like your David Bowie.
Here's a gravy baby for the world. The Onion, the illustrious comedy institution, has purchased Infowars at auction for pennies on the dollar.
Oh my God.
And it's not super clear yet what they're going to do, but it's already hilarious.
I mean, yeah, dude. The fact that that's a headline and that actually happened is just so beautiful and wonderful. And it's like one of those things that can only happen. It's like, I wouldn't call it justice, or I wouldn't call it, I don't know what, it's not like it's some sort of like spiteful revolutionary act, but it's just poetic. And it's fucking, you know what I
Much
mean?
like The Onion
it
is.
warms the cockles.
Yeah.
It's almost like an Onion article, is what it sounds like.
They made it into one.
Yes, exactly.
They made it into one, and that's the first thing I saw, and I was like, "Oh, that's clever." And the article was why I bought Infowars, and it was all about how it was a great asset.
Mhm.
It was like a very serious Wall Street take on how being able to get idiots to believe stuff is very profitable. And so my buddy sent me that, and then he sent me the NBC article. It was like, and it's real, and I was like, "Oh,
That's beautiful.
too good."
That was like when what is it, This Week Tonight with John Oliver, when he did the thing on college debt, how they actually took like $20,000 and bought like the equivalent of like $1 million in college debt and got it all forgiven. Because you buy pennies on the dollar. You can buy up people's debt. It's so wild. All right, well, we got to wrap it up. Do you guys have anything you want to plug?
My butthole.
Plug your butthole.
Yeah. I will be in St. Augustine, Florida, November 23rd. I will be with Well Read in Nashville on December 12th through the 14th. It looks like I just confirmed January 24th, Marietta, Georgia. I'm taping a thing. January 25th, I'm going to pop down to Atlanta and just do some feature stuff at the Laughing Skull. And in February, I'll be in Fort Walton at something called Sand Up Comedy Festival, I think. So, yeah, that's all I got on the books.
Nice. November 29th to December 1st, I will be at the Comedy Mothership in Austin.
I'm coming, dude. I keep forgetting to book my flight.
And then December 4th through the 9th, or 4th through the 8th, I will be in assorted cities in Colorado. So if we have any fans in Colorado, please come see me. I'll be in Eagle, Colorado, Aurora, Colorado, Breckenridge, Colorado, Vail, Colorado, one night each night, just popping in and out. And then potentially the week after now, I might be staying and doing some other shows. So December, come see me in Colorado. Pretty and please. And throw some money at us at the Patreon, patreon.com/gravybabypod if you like to, if you want to. We appreciate it. It's what keeps us running. And we love you. We adore you. And we'll see you next week.
Video of DJ on the Farm. Two of the comments where I would follow DJ on the Farm Patreon. Hey, guess what, guys? You are. So congratulations on that. And so there's a new video up. I'll put a new video up soon. I got an idea of what I'm going to do. Get on the Patreon. We're doing our best. We're doing our best, guys. We're doing our best.
We appreciate y'all. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
You could stick a whole ribeye in one of your back pockets. Like,